Hello, welcome back to another episode of The Assembly Line. To give a, quick outline of what today's show will consist of, we'll talk about Tigers. As always, we'll start off with them. Then I'm thinking we, touch on maybe the Lions for a little bit, and then we'll end it with our Michigan State centric preview for this upcoming football season. Does that sound good to you guys?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Do you think, I guess we'll see, but do you anticipate majority of the podcast being the football stuff, or
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see where it takes us.
Yeah.
Do
That's.
it. Oh shit.
I don't know if that's a question. Maybe that's a question for before, we start or something like that. But
that way, hey, just setting the table for our
I already gave
listeners.
the outline.
Yeah, but in terms of like,
when do we ever be like, oh, we're going to talk to, last time we talked about the Tigers for like 45 minutes. I would have thought we were almost done with them in 10 minutes. Then we rambled for 35 minutes. It's just whatever happens.
Yeah, true.
Why do you want it to?
I just know we teased it as
We said we're going to discuss it, not that that's going to be the entire episode.
I know.
Anyways, let's see. Since we recorded last, Tigers lost the series against Philly, which, going into it, I was okay with. I said you had to win one. Winning two, I feel like we would have,
Phillies are a great team.
Would have really, cemented this team, being back. But we lost Friday, 5-4. We were up for most of that game in the beginning, ended up losing late. And then
that was a frustrating loss.
Saturday, we had Scuba on the mound, got the win 7-5, and then Sunday night baseball, we lost 2-0. I think there's two big things that people talked about for this series. One was the first game we lost, and our bullpen was kind of the ones that gave up the runs. I don't know if they gave up all five runs, or if it was. Hannafy got the loss, so whoever was the starter pitched really well. Who was it? It was Flaherty.
Flaherty started. Yeah, Flaherty was actually dealing.
Yeah, he was dealing, and we took an early lead, and our bullpen gave it up. So that immediately was like, oh my God, our bullpen is so bad. Like, why did we not address it?
It's shit. Freaking. It's like finally Flaherty pitches really well, and then has a lead going into the 6th or 7th inning. Like, it's been a while since it's been like that for him.
No, but Flaherty's finally the offense picked him up.
Yeah, Flaherty
he'd give up 1 or 2 runs, but we would have 0 going into the 7th.
So I'm saying he finally has the lead when he's getting taken out, and then the bullpen.
No, you said finally he's pitching well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pitched really well. He didn't give up any runs. He had the lead.
He gave up 1.
It's all encompassing, Ben. Quit nitpicking every one little thing that I say about it. It's all
I'm with Ben on this one.
No, get the hell out of here. Go ahead.
You started.
It's gonna be two Michigan State guys versus a Michigan guy all day today. I don't care.
Yeah, all day.
That has nothing to do with this. Yeah.
Well, it's 2-on-1. It's gonna be like that all night.
No, it's not. First of all, I'm the most unbiased person there is. Second of all, you started off by saying that it's about time that Flaherty pitched.
Statement.
You
the
started
context
out.
Of it. You gotta understand it.
I'll do receipts again. You started out by saying that he finally pitched well, and I was going to jump in, but I decided not to cut you off and say lately he has had some rocky starts, but throughout the season he has had some pretty decent starts that he had gotten no run support, to Ben's credit, where he's given up 2 runs in the first 2 innings and we don't score, and then we end up losing. That doesn't mean he's been the greatest pitcher, but he's had starts that have been similar like this, where he's given up 1 or 2 runs and the offense doesn't pick him up. This time they did pick him up, and then the bullpen let him down. But Flaherty has pitched a little.
Okay, his last 2 starts, he's given up 0, 1 run against Philly, 0 against Toronto, and then he's given up 2 or more the last 3 or 4 starts before that.
I mean, 2 runs isn't much.
7 hits, 2 runs, 1 home run. I mean, it's not like
if your starting pitcher gives up 2 runs, you're happy with that.
What I was saying is he's finally pitched great. Doesn't give up. He gives up 1 run or 1 run.
It's the
not
finally
that big
part
of a deal. And it is finally.
You just said his last start was he gave up 0 runs against Toronto.
Against Toronto, his last 2 starts have been good. But at the same time, what I was saying is that it just seems like, I'm saying from a perspective standpoint, not with all of the data and what that says. I'm going off what it feels like. It's like he was out there and he was dealing. I don't even think that. I think that earned run, it got attributed to him because they got on base when he was out there, and then they scored with the reliever gave up the run.
Yeah.
But there he allowed him on base, so it gets credited to him. Mm-hmm. So when he gets pulled out of the game, it's okay, cool. He's finally pitching well. You could say last 2 starts when he's got pulled, he had 0 runs given up, and then he has the lead going out of the game, and then he loses it. I don't know. He did get the win against Toronto, but obviously didn't against the Phillies. But it's it'd be nice if the team, when he does have a great outing, they give him the win, because he's not like he's a bad pitcher or anything like that. He's a good pitcher, and he's what's his stats are what's his overall? I remember hearing it's 4 and 10 or something like that, right? It's not very good 10. When it comes to he's 6 and 10. You would want that to be a little bit bigger for your anticipated number 2 coming into the season. Casey Mize stepped up and he's now the number 2. But I feel like going into the season, Flaherty was anticipated to be the number 2 guy behind Scoop. So it's finally he had the run support that he's needed. He has needed run support, this season, and he's finally got it. And then the bullpen comes in and just sorry, you thought. I like Flaherty, so I want him to get some love when it comes to the hitting, same with Scoob, stuff like that. But anyways, just didn't happen.
I don't think you're wrong. I'm just saying his last 5 games, he's given up a total of 8 runs, and he only has 2 wins. So he's pitched well in all 5. I mean, except there's one exception where he only pitched 3 innings and gave up 3 runs. Yes, I'm looking at it right here.
1-1.
Okay, maybe not. Dave, I'm talking team. I'm only looking at the team stuff. But he gave up 3 runs against Pittsburgh. They lost 3-0. He only gave up 2 runs against Seattle. They lost 8-4. Then he only gave up 1 run against Philly, and they lost 5-4. Now, 2 out of those 3 losses aren't his, but it's just he's not getting help from the team. But he's been pitching pretty well as of recent. He just doesn't have the wins, the win stat backing him up. I think other stats back him up, but just not the wins. And it would be nice if he did get a little bit of help. And he finally did, and then the bullpen let him down,
Yeah.
Because we were up 3-1 like that. Or no, we were up 3-0 until he got pulled in the 6th. And I think they tied it up. Then we took the lead, and then they took the lead in the bottom of the 8th. But, yeah, so that was the first thing, is that the bullpen, because the next game, Scooble also pitched well. And then I think the 7th inning is when they kind of came back. They had a 1-run game. We responded with more runs, ended up winning 7-5. But another, I don't think Scooble gave up an earned run. So the bullpen's given up 2 or 10 runs in 2 games for the Phillies series. But yeah, the bats, Javi came out batting well, and then Scooble obviously, mowed him down, and we eked out the win. And then
School had 3 earned.
School had 3 earned.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
for
know
some reason I thought he had
I knew
0, but yeah.
They hit a home run off of him.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I think I was thinking more about the win. 'Cause I remember, I don't know, I was getting confused on something. Anyway, so he had 3. So that has the bullpen at 4 plus 2,
Will Vest came in and
6
gave up a
runs.
2-run dong.
Yep. And then Sunday night baseball, go down 1-0 pretty semi early. It might have been like a third or fourth inning. Either way, we had a guys on second and third, no outs. Jahmai Jones tries to get in the way of the throw, ends up moving out of the way of the throw, gets thrown out at home. Now it's first and third. I forget what happened next. If it was a strikeout.
Double play, I think. It was a double play. Hit it right back up to the pitcher, and he turned double play.
I don't think that was it.
It was Riley Green.
No, it was
into a double play.
That must have been a different time, because this time I remember Ibanez got up with 2 outs, and I was just hoping that it was Ibanez and Dingler, I think, were up.
He did ground.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He did ground one to short, but he beat the throw to first.
Oh.
Then.
No, because we would have scored on that. That was because
it was wasn't it second and third, no outs?
Yeah, we hit it to third base, and then.
Yep. Yeah, and then it's first and third, and then I think somebody hit it to short.
But if they hit it to short,
two, but they beat it out.
No, that wouldn't have, because they would have scored. Yeah.
This was the 7th inning, so reach on a single. Green grounded out to the shortstop. Torkelson to second, Jones to third.
Oh, so it was one. He had one. That's okay.
So, and then Ibanez grounded into fielder's choice, and then Dingler walked.
All right.
Juancel Perez, fielder's choice.
Yeah, it was up the middle. Shortstop. And yeah, now I know what you're saying. Yeah. But yeah, so
we ended up having bases loaded, 2 outs.
Yeah, so didn't get it done there. Bats were cold. Sanchez was dealing. Then our bullpen gave up another run in the 7th or 8th, make it 2-0, and that was lights. Bats didn't show up. So people also are complaining a little bit of our run support. It's like, okay, yeah, we lost 2-0. It's hard. It's hard to. You don't want to lose without scoring runs. But we did score. I mean, we had 11 runs in this series. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's not like we got, it's not like back in the Pittsburgh series where we scored 0 and 1 runs in 2 of the games. Like this, we had 4, we had 7. You probably take that thinking you win 2 of those games, but whatever. But the other big talk is Riley Green. Everybody's starting to get fed up with Riley Green. Just his strikeouts and his lack of production. I saw people were brought up his stats about, situational hitting when there's runners in scoring position, when we're ahead versus when we're behind. It does show pretty evident that he's not a clutch hitter.
You remember, like way back when, I think it was like beginning of the season or something, we were talking, and we were like, oh, who's like, who do you trust? Like, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, need a run, whatever. And I remember, I think it's funny, you guys was like, well, what about Riley Green? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I just don't know if he has that clutch gene right now with that. Anyways, I guess you could say that was another boom feeling back in the beginning of the season. But
sure.
Because I think we were talking about who we want up. Anyways, but
I don't think Riley Green was on the top of my list. Because especially the way he was playing in the beginning of the year.
I mean, I know he's in a little bit of a slump right now, but he's leading the league. But he's leading the Tigers in home runs and RBIs.
Yeah, but that's not like what people are saying is that he's a stat patter, that he bats under 200 when we're losing, or like in a 1-run games, like after like the 6th inning or something. Like he has not been a good hitter when we need him to be. On top of that, he's about to set the franchise record in strikeouts. Like he's probably going to do it before August. I don't think that's something that anybody saw coming, but that's,
That's today's baseball,
Yeah,
though.
but there's a difference between striking out and setting a franchise record striking out from your four hitter. Like your four hitter's got to be
True.
the one to start driving in runs. And right before we started recording, I saw someone comment on Evan Petzold, or
Pre- Yeah.
I think it's Petzold,
Hmm.
but yeah, I always want to say Pretzel. Um, but
Yeah.
someone commented like, "You guys, why do you guys not ask AJ Hinch about why Riley Green, who was about to set a franchise record in strikeouts, why is he still batting fourth?" And I think that's a fair criticism, just because like you want
Well,
those are the guys you want in like the clutch moments, and they got to get the bat on the ball. Like if we have a guy on second with two outs, like you don't want the guy striking out or swinging for the like yeah if we're down one, it'd be cool to hit a home run, but you want them to make contact. Like they're not going to hit a home run if they don't make contact, and it is starting to get a little bit of frustrating. But that being said, what I know we did talk about in the beginning of the year was that Riley Green is a streaky hitter. At the beginning
mhm.
of the year, he was very down. Then all of a sudden, he caught fire. So let's just hope, cream rises to the top, and he finds his groove at the right time. Because if he's gonna slump, it might as well be right now. Um, and obviously, as long as we keep a lead in the Central, but hit that, hit September and get hot then or something like that. Also,
Yeah. It's all about peaking at the right time.
yep. Also, his glove has been tremendous in the outfield.
Oh my God.
He's made
What a catch he made last night.
Yeah.
some of the catches he
With
does make seem like he doesn't need to like dive, or they're kind of like a catch the ball then fall. They're not like super web gems, but that look, if he's gonna make the catch, I don't care how he catches it. I'm just saying in terms of like
Catch
the first one
percentage
yesterday where he almost collided with
from Fearling, I think.
Vierling. Yes, that was a hell of a catch. But then he had another one. He might have had, I don't know, but
that's the one I was
every
thinking of.
every once in a while he does like it feels like
He
he
had the
doesn't
one
have
on
to dive, but he
the
does. And but yeah, he had that one. He had another diving catch yesterday. I mean, he was just all over the
on
place.
the foul line.
Either way, even if he doesn't have me saying he doesn't have to dive for it doesn't mean it wasn't a good play, because when you do when you catch the ball like that, a lot of times it's because it's in an awkward position that's not easy, and you kind of catch it and then fall because that's just the easiest way to catch it. Um, so it's still a very difficult catch. It might just not be him, getting horizontal before he catches the ball, which, you know, in the end, who really cares? But he's been outstanding out there all year. And I think for that, and like Kyle, you said, with his home runs and um, probably OPS and stuff, like he's still a valuable part. He just needs to pick it up. Right now, the team needs to pick him up, and then there'll be a time where Riley Green, I think, makes that clutch play, and it's just in due time.
Agreed. Um, what are you guys' thoughts on the starting pitching that we had? Obviously, we talked about Flaherty and Skubal, but Charlie Morton came out through 6 innings,
Kenny
put
Rogers
up
2.0.
right, only 4 hits, 1 earned, 6 Ks, only 1 walk. I mean, he's what, 41 years old, throwing 96,
Yeah,
just pumping the zone. It was, I don't know, it was nice to be able to root for someone like
I
him.
thought he pitched really well
yeah.
yesterday.
I thought so too. Just
So
couldn't get the run
Like he
support
kept
against
us
another
in it.
great pitcher.
something I saw was that this might not pertain to like his time with the Orioles, but I guess when he was with like the Pirates, he was throwing a lot of like off speed things, and he was like throwing like 92, 91, but he always had like 100 in the bag, but he would just throw 91, 92. So like he kind of had like with Federer, like also his pitching style changed completely from when he was with the Orioles. So it's another thing. Like if that's not his style, and his style is more what he's doing with the Tigers, which AJ Hinch has experience with, like maybe we will unlock something. He's going to become a huge part of um, this little run, hopefully.
Yeah. I've seen online about, oh, like Chris Fetter with whether it's Chris Paddock or Charlie Morton. He's already turned these guys around, blah, blah, blah. By the time, I don't even know if Chris Fetter talked to these guys before they even went out there and threw.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
that's how, I mean, obviously he talked to them, but he didn't really do any drill work or anything like that with them.
But I don't think it's necessarily about the drill work. It's about pitching the game, what suits you
Right,
and
and I
like
feel like that
things.
that comes more from calling pitches, which is your catcher.
Yeah, but they'll meet before they pitch and they'll be like, this is our game plan isn't to pitch 91, 92 mile an hour sinkers and like 30% curveball. It's going to be, we're
Right,
trying
it's
to hit
it's more
90.
strategy,
Yeah.
not skills.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The
They
stuff I've seen
talk
online
about
is more
that
about
though.
skills.
Yeah. He's not going to fix them in skills.
Right.
The only way he's going to be able to help them is by game managing them. Like, also, this is not the time to, fix your
change it or
things. Like, it's way too far in the
Right.
season
Right.
to really kind of do that in the big leagues, unless you're Brant
big
Herter here,
tweak
who's
Really
would
hit
be
two
struggling.
batters in a row and almost hit a third.
yeah.
But
I know.
yeah,
I looked down. I
Spoiler.
looked up. There's a double play, and then I looked back up, and there's two guys on.
I
Like
almost
two
hit the.
pitches
Yeah,
later.
he hit guys back to
Yeah.
back pitches, and he almost hit a third on this third pitch.
Yeah, I
In
But
Little
saw
League,
it
he
right
would have
away.
been forced to be taken out.
yeah, but yeah, it's just more of a strategy how you want to attack the hitters, and pitching more to your strengths, the strength of your team, and all that kind of things. But I don't know, you know,
Oh,
it's hard to say they're back because it was just one start for Paddock and for Morton, but hopefully it's this is what we're gonna be seeing. It'd be nice.
I don't. I didn't like if we're nit like the Phillies are. They obviously saw what a great
Or-
hitting team, top to bottom, like and looks like. So,
Yeah,
and sometimes it puts it into perspective.
wait,
Like you have somebody like Bryce Harper that can just go yard at any point, and
dude,
Schwarber
you know
and
who their
like
sixth hitter is? Nick
Is it Nick
Castellanos.
Castellanos? Yeah.
You know who
yeah,
ours is typically? Wenzel Perez
Ibanez,
or
Fuenzo
Abani. Like
Perez. Yeah,
there's a pretty big difference.
yeah, I
Then
know.
typically
Who
after that
who hit a home run today?
they have
Yeah,
Bader. And it's just like
yep.
the guy they just got from the Twins who's really good. It's just like and I know some of its names. Like Castellanos isn't as good as he used to be the last couple of years, but he's
He's
still
still
like
solid though.
he's still solid. But like they do have like a roster,
I feel
Yeah.
like
and
they have more hit for power.
yeah,
Detroit's not a power hitting team, which
no,
in times I feel like in the
which
playoffs, which is why Suarez would have been nice because in the playoffs it's like
yeah, I
one
guess
swing, one swing can change a game rather than needing like two or
Yeah.
three.
I think a
One
lot.
So,
one mistake pitch from them.
Some of it depends on the
so like,
situation though, because
yeah,
sometimes it's almost better to like have four guys get singles in a row, because then like I don't
Yeah.
there's just something different about that vibe.
yeah, it keeps the pressure
Or
on.
Yeah,
like the Astros, who was it? Ibanez that hit that down the line
yeah.
in the corner.
I
Like
just watched a
that's
clip of that. It was kind of crazy how we got
That
there.
was so clutch. Yeah.
Torque walked to set that up with two outs. Yeah, I
okay.
just saw that. Kind of it got me. I was gonna bring that up last pod, and it got me fired up a little bit.
Yeah.
And because that's the one that Torque slid at home, and he
Slid
did
at
like
home.
the GIF I always send you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. What was I gonna say though? That's part. So earlier in today's game, if you haven't figured out, we're recording during the Twins Tiger game. McKinstry hit one after we tied it up in the fourth or fifth or whatever on Perez's home run. McKinstry hit one down the right field line, and he went three, and it was a little closer than I thought it was going to be, but he was kind of out. He was kind of dead to rights. They had him out, and Cora, I don't think was happy with his decision. I think he was trying to tell him to stay at second. But those are the plays. It's like there's one out, just stay at second and like
Right.
let your team hit you in. Like with one out, being at between second and third isn't really that much of a difference. A single's still probably going to score you. And if you have a pass ball instead of scoring, you're going to be at third. Now you have two batters still to get to bring you in. But that's kind of the Tigers' way, though. They try to stretch things into smartly. They try to stretch things, and it really wasn't that bad of a too bad of a decision. But yeah,
Oh, I guess he said Carpenter since he got back. Hit 3 dongs now.
wow. He also, I mean, he barely
And
played in
another
the.
one, Dingler
Yeah, Dinger hit
Dingler
a
just went
dingy.
yard. There we go.
Um, you
All
guys are
right.
so far behind me. I saw it like 30
I
seconds
just saw
ago.
it.
Yeah, I know.
But
But like,
dude, that
yeah,
was a line shot. That should not that's a ball that
I
shouldn't get
know.
out. That thing was just line drive.
Launch angle is like 13,
Yeah,
10.
it barely went out. But
I want to see the stats on that one.
Gary also didn't get to play much against the Phillies. I mean, he's one of our best hitters. If there's one guy I think I'd rather have right now that I kind of want up, it's probably him. Him or Glaber's in a slump, but
Who'd you say?
Carpenter.
Carpenter.
The next, yeah, Glaber's in a little bit of slump, but like early in the season, you probably would have took him just because
Yeah.
he was kind of consistent up until now.
I mean, Dingler's sneaky, puts the bat on the ball.
Yeah,
Like he's not. I mean, I don't have the stats to back it up, but it just feels like he's either grounding out, flying out, or getting a hit.
yeah, or hitting the
Not too
line
many
drive home run.
strikeouts. Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Just you guys froze on me.
Well,
You
normally
need
it
to be watered
resets
up.
after a second, but I think
It didn't.
this is like the third time I've tried saying this, and it's my fault because I won't go on tangents before I say it. But Kerry didn't get to play against the Phillies because they had left-handers throwing, so they only started a right-handed one game. It was the Scooble Day.
He hit a home run too, if I remember right.
I believe
Yeah, I think
so.
he
Didn't he?
did. Yeah,
Someone
because he
else
hit
that's
one in his opener. But yeah.
someone else that's kind of been pretty
Yeah,
hot
he did third
recently
inning.
is Colt Keith. Colt Keith is kind of quietly starting to have a pretty good season. So hopefully he can keep that up.
Oh, but
See, that's not an error, but that's an error. Like that's such a
it's a
mental
mental
error,
The
error.
mental.
but it doesn't go in the books as an error. I'm assuming.
He's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's safe.
Yeah. So right now we're up against the Twins. Hopefully we win this game, and then two more games against the Twins. Then we
That's
got
what I like to see is the hustle like that.
yep.
Like, let's go.
And then we
Like,
got
I also
the
like
hit
him
some
being
ball.
pumped after he got called safe.
the
Little jump.
Angels, and then the White Sox and Minnesota again. So like theoretically, we need to have, and it's a 4-game series against Minnesota. Two.
3, 6.
I think we need a minimum of 9 wins for me to start saying we're fine. Like
Including this series.
yeah, like we need
Okay.
to
So
win
nine
two
of
of the at least.
13.
We need to sweep one team or win 3 or 4 against Minnesota, and then obviously
I
win every
think
other series.
also like we're not dominating, you could say, like we used to be, right?
No, and that's the
So
pitching.
like,
It's a
yeah,
little
it's
bits
part of the
both.
pitching.
It's
So
both.
like it's like it feels weird. Like I think we're still like okay. It's just we're not like the dominating like we were in the beginning of the season right now. So
Yeah, it's
I'm not my hand's still in my lap. I'm not any closer after the law, like losing
yeah.
2 to Phillies. Like I'm not anywhere near hitting the panic
No.
button anymore.
And
So
if we were getting blown out by them,
Well, I
that'd be
two
different.
things. I didn't. I going into that series, I didn't expect to win it. I was hopeful. I didn't expect to win it, but also looking back on it, we should have won the series. Like
should
between,
have won the first game.
yeah, that and then
Yeah.
just like, we had second and third with one out, and we just couldn't. We couldn't get a run in. I mean, really, that was kind of one of our only chances. But just the fact that we scored 0, it was really the first game. The first game kind of just hurt us. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, now we don't have to talk about any trades, any moves, anything like that.
No.
I guess the one thing I will say is people are speculating that McGonigal, he's in Erie Double A, that people think
Mhm.
that he could be up this year. I don't think he will, but I guess that's wishful thinking. Like
Yeah, I don't think
I
so
mean,
either. I think
unless
if
they
if he
like
was in AAA, then he would.
unless they
There's a
start like
chance.
burn.
unless the whole Central starts sliding along with like the Tigers can't do anything offensively, then maybe just to like change it up, but
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Would that? I don't know
Maybe
if you'd
he
want to
could be a
waste a call
September.
up though.
Well,
I
the
mean,
way
it
he's
depends on
hitting,
when
you
you
think
think he'll
he's
be
going to be
up.
up in a year or two.
His
Like
ETA might be this year,
he should
maybe
be
next year.
next. Like he should be up next year at the rate he's going. So I don't know if you really like Torkelson. You know, they could have wasted some on him just because he's been up since he's been up. Really got sent down
True.
last year, but for the most, that's just one. So he's not Jay Hen who's getting up and down, up and down. Also, I don't know how that works. It could reset every year. I don't know how that all works.
I
But
think once you use an option during the year, I don't think you use it again.
what do you mean?
So like say we call up Kevin McGonigal, we use his option. Or no, and then we send him down, we use his option. Then we call him back up, then we send him back down. We don't use another option because we already optioned him this year. But then next
I
year, if we
don't think
call him
that's
up
how
and
that
down and up and
works.
down, it might be per year. Like,
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, his ETA is 2027.
yeah, that's definitely
He's
wrong.
20 years old.
I think it'll be
That's
next
just
year.
per MLB.
Yeah, a lot of things like Casey
Yeah.
Mize
Things can
or
change, but
Job was on the Tigers prospects list until the draft of this year, and
Yeah.
he was in the majors all this year. But
yeah, he
yeah,
didn't pitch until late last year, and then he was on the
yeah.
team.
But
Yeah,
what I'm saying is like I think they wait for a significant time to go by before they like update ETAs and
Yeah.
prospect lists and all that. It's not like they're updating it every day, like like
It could be
recruiting.
once you lose your rookie status. I don't know.
That could be true. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But
But there's
anymore.
on the top 100, there's 9 people on the top 100 list that's currently in the MLB.
Hmm.
One of them has an ETA of 2026.
Yeah, I think McGonagall's is next year. But any more
It could be.
Tiger talk before we move on?
No. Let's close out this game. Only another, what,
part of me wouldn't have minded
5 outs
to
to go.
see Finnegan again, but I don't know if we're gonna see him.
I mean, you could.
Yeah,
Three.
let's. The way
Right now it's
our
a 3-run lead,
we got Canley coming
but
in, so we'll see. We'll
hopefully
update
we
you as we
don't.
go on. But we'll transition to the Detroit Lions. The one
Forward down
thing
the field.
I wanted to talk about was there's a couple injuries that happened in the last couple of days. Ennis Rakestraw out for a
Again.
while, shoulder injury.
Yeah,
No,
that's been there. I know he played in
no,
the
but this just happened. Like it just came out. Like they asked Dan Campbell about it today, and he said he's gonna be out a while. That's what he said.
yeah, because he tried playing on Thursday and he
Yeah.
couldn't play with his injury. So
And then the other injury was Dan Jackson, our seventh round safety pick from Georgia. He is out for the year with a leg injury.
yeah, we
Now,
lost a gunner.
yep. So he wasn't really going to impact the defensive side of the ball, but in terms of, seemed like he was a really good special teams player. So he'll probably be missed on that. What?
Did either of you watch the Inside the Den draft recap thing
No.
that the Lions put
No.
out?
I got a
They
rant about
specific
that stuff.
they drafted like in the draft room or whatever, they were
Don't
talking
spoil it
about
for me.
No, spoil it.
they were talking about Dan Jackson.
Yeah,
They were
Dan
talking about
Jackson.
Jackson and what he brings to the team. And it was special teams is
Hmm.
how they saw him fitting in right away. Not safety, special teams.
Yeah. Which that's what you're
I
normally
So
could
going to
with
get out of a
that.
seventh round pick
no, I know,
initially.
but I'm just saying like um we're not like losing depth
Yeah,
in
I
the
agree.
Oh, we are
secondary
losing depth.
in the secondary with him. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
he was going to be
if you're
seen.
throwing Dan
If
Jackson
you're
out there
throwing,
because you're in like people are injured, you're
yeah,
probably in a bad spot. You're probably signing
right.
someone else off the
Yeah,
streets or trading
I
for
agree.
someone.
Now,
My
Rakestraw was hoping to have a little bit more of an impact this year,
mm-hmm.
but that sucks for him.
Yeah.
I don't. It kind of seems like it's going to be another. I mean, I know he's not a first round pick, but another Okuda situation where he's just not going to see
Did
the
you
field because
did you
Speaking of
he's always
guys?
Okuda,
hurt.
Yeah,
I
did
think
you?
they like him in Minnesota.
Yeah, they unlocked
Good.
something. They said.
Probably we'll probably put him as a slot corner or something instead of outside.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Like it's a different defensive scheme that
Yeah,
Minnesota runs compared to like Detroit and
Yeah.
Atlanta. So he's probably not going to play your traditional corner, outside corner, and a man.
if he was really that good, he would have been playing and doing well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, which he could be a really good slot corner, but I'm just saying, like if he was really
I
that
can't
good,
believe James
he would be
almost 40 years old.
a good outside one too. But you guys have anything else about the Lions?
Yeah, Terrion Arnold, hamstring injury.
Yeah, what's
I don't
going on
know.
with that?
He'll be fine.
Um, so I'm reading an article from Pride of Detroit. This was one of the first ones I saw when I Googled it. But Dan Campbell said that he'll be down for a little bit. It's not a major hamstring. It's a low grade injury, but we're trying to be smart with it. We're hoping to have him back. What is today? Sunday, right? We're hoping to have him back by the middle of the week.
Oh, okay. I would
But
Yeah,
advise
I
still,
them to
would. I don't.
take it slow. He
still a
should
hamstring, and
yeah
Hamstrings
could be
linger.
yeah they do. But
exactly. That's
if he sits out for a while, I mean it's gonna be a
He needs
problem
to
all
sit out for
year.
another week, I would
Yeah,
it.
say.
Just
I don't think they're
it
gonna
just
rush
seems
him back to
like
practice and this stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. I doubt he'll play in any preseason games.
Yeah, but even just
I do
practice, I'm
like
sure he'll keep it light.
Yeah.
I did
Wait,
like um I did like our Egyptian D end. He looked pretty good. He looked, had a motor when it came to
what's
like
his
playing
name?
on Thursday. Asamine or something. Um our fifth round, sixth round pick that we got. And then Tesla
Coleslaw.
looks he looks like, he wasn't that much of a reach in the third round. Looks promising.
Yep, I
That's good.
agree.
So, and I know they're pretty high on him. Some of the scouts and everything are pretty high on him from like camp and everything. So he'll probably fit in fourth string, fifth string, maybe behind Reynolds, but
Yeah,
or no, we don't. No, not Reynolds.
Patrick.
No,
Patrick's our
Cleve,
third.
Cleve Raymond.
Oh, Khalid.
I was, yeah, Cleve.
Um,
He'll fit in there.
it just seems like after every practice, there's always oh, this person got hurt today. This person got hurt today. That's kind of
Yeah, I think
Happens.
you get
scary.
that in the beginning of camp. I think as camp goes on, it's going to be less and less because they're going to be hitting less. They're going to be, you know, being more
Yeah,
cautious with everything. They're just trying to get the boys back, feeling football
but you're
again.
hitting in games, so I'm just scared that we lose people, in games, and
I mean, that's going to
I don't
happen.
know. I know,
Not a
I
lot of
know.
them are like. I feel like a lot of them are like hamstring.
Some of the
That's not really gonna be hitting.
injuries we
Yeah, I
had
know
last
the
year are freak.
non-contact
Yeah, but
ones are the
some of our injuries last year were just freak, like Anzalone breaking his forearm and
yeah,
Hutch breaking his leg. Like those
freaking
things
leg.
aren't those things aren't going to happen again, or they
Yeah,
shouldn't happen again. They're just unlucky
Oh,
things like that. What?
we seem to be really good with our nickel package. Running Amik Robertson at the nickel. You got DJ Reed on one side, Terrion on the other, Curb and BB in the safety position. That's a lot better than what it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because Amik's been playing, I guess, really good. So that's
Yeah.
very
Good.
promising there. You got Anzalone and Jack Campbell in the line. Like I think our defense will be stay healthy in those key positions, and I like with our key players, I think we'll be all right.
I did see something that said like they don't know if
Like
Anzalone's
we're,
really happy with his contract
I don't think
like
he
new
is. He
thing,
wants
but it
to. He
was
wanted an
more of like a
extension, but
yeah, it was more of like a
Let's do
settlement
this
for now.
now,
I
Yeah.
told it
and
was a
then
band
But
aid. You know,
Kyle, you forgot to mention how well, you're missing someone on the defense.
Micah
Davenport.
Parsons,
Nope, Micah Parsons.
That fucker ain't coming.
or sorry, Michael Parsons, as Jerry Jones says.
Uh, not happening.
Yeah, I know, Kyle. It was a joke.
No, I know. Everybody's like, "Oh, let's get him." You know
No,
how much?
I
You know
don't.
what he's gonna
I don't.
cost?
I don't know if I've seen anybody
Yeah, I
say
no. I
that.
think according to part of my take, someone was saying 2 first rounders. Think
At
I don't know where
least
they saw that, but that sounds like that was the asking price. Now,
It's gonna be more.
no, more than two. I don't know. Two's a
They're gonna.
lot in the NFL. Number one, but also, I think if it was two, I don't think the Lions have the cap room to do it. So like it's fantasy land. But if I was a team that could afford him, I think 2 first rounders is a steal because you're not
for
gonna like
sure.
Michael Parsons is an elite like defense. He's had 12 sacks every year,
Yeah, he's
12 or
elite.
more.
He's
Like
great.
he's an elite player. Like you're most likely not drafting someone that's as good as him in the first 2 rounds.
No,
Even though
everybody's
the
saying Detroit because he
yeah,
went on his thing, or his dad said that
yeah, his
the
dad said. But
Lions,
then
the
he also
Steelers, and the Chiefs are like three teams
yeah.
that he would he can see himself going to
Mhm.
after
Yeah, it's just
the
wishful
Cowboys,
thinking.
which is cool. Which is cool that Detroit's in that conversation, but
Yeah, but did you
it's
hear what
just
Michael
not
Parsons said?
realistic.
When we were talking about getting Jalen Ramsey, he tweeted out, "No one going from LA to Detroit." That's what he tweeted out.
Yeah, exactly. But what about going from
From
Dallas
Dallas, I
to
know, but
Detroit?
still, it was like a little bit of a dig at Detroit. But
Oh, for sure.
um,
I forgot that he said that.
yeah, but no, I mean, I don't like when people that's all they talk about is like, let's get Michael Parsons, let's get Michael Parsons. Like it is funny to be like, it is kind of fun to be like, what if we could get him? Like, what if we did get him? How fun that
Yeah,
our defensive line would be, but a lot of times people take it too far, but I'm okay with like when it first comes out, being imagining what the world would be like if we did get them.
right.
But overall, I would say I agree with you, Kyle, that it gets a little bit annoying, but whatever. Any more Lions talk? NFL talk.
Jared Goff's Old Spice commercials are funnier than hell.
I saw like a clip of like a 10-second clip of one. That's it.
Was it the
Yeah, I
higher
don't
one? There's that one,
Yeah,
and
that,
there's
that was the
another
one.
one.
That's
I
the
can't.
clip I saw.
There's another one that's kind of funny. Oh, everybody kind of gets they kind of get like naked or something, and Jared Goff is still in his uniform.
yeah, to a towel. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
Nate, yeah,
I
too.
saw that.
He's like, what? Anyways, I think he's funny. He's cool.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
a pretty chill dude. Like
I like him.
I
he's that
think when you
that
look,
LA
yeah,
personality.
I don't think it's that though. I think it's like there's like when you look at him, I feel like you think he's like a typical LA quarterback where he's kind of like I'm better than you, I'm cooler than you, like all that. But then when you hear him like talk and the way he talks in interviews after games, the way he talks about his teammates, Dan Campbell, the way he shoots the shit with part of my take, like just everything. He's just like a chill dude that's just like out to have a good time. Like he's not really that California quarterback that he can appear to be like on the sidelines. But that's my thoughts. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Um, but the last thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the preview was I just want to do a quick rant because you talked about the Lion Den on the draft show thing. I can't stand how these companies they do it with golf. They do it with NFL. The full swing. They do it with the quarterback thing. When they do like I noticed this with the golf full swing. When they wait till the end of the
I know
year
what
and
you're gonna
have like
say.
specific episodes, I'm already checked out because I already know everything that's going to happen. Whereas like I watch Hard Knocks because it's like the news is like fresh. It's like so when you do like things like 6 months after it happens, it's like what's even the point of this? Like you're not learning. A lot of it's not really new information. You might get a clip here or there, but it's for the most part it's just like what you already saw, and I don't know. I just hate it. It's like I would watch everything. I would have watched. I didn't watch quarterbacks because basically because the Lions lost. I didn't watch receivers last year for the same reason. But if they did them every week or bi-weekly or something, just in the season, like I'd be watching them all the time. But just the fact that they wait so long, it's just I don't know. I hate it. But they must like it more because that's what everybody does. The only one that doesn't is Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
I don't the quarterbacks thing though, the way it's set up and everything produced, it doesn't I don't know, like it didn't factor into like, oh, I know the Lions lost, so like,
No, I
like
know.
oh, like I know the end result. But like it was kind of fun to like I don't know, because they talk about a few things and stuff, and you're just like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I remember this. Like I remember
Hmm.
where I was when I watched this or whatever. I don't know, like some certain moments and stuff, and you're just like, yeah, this was a fun game to watch. And all this other stuff. So like it's kind of cool in that regards. Um,
I think I'm also built a little different. Just when it comes to the line,
but
like the
no,
professional
when you
sports.
said something about the play, I think it was on Twitter. I saw a tweet you made.
Yeah, I tweeted it out.
Like it was
Or
about the playoffs. It was like if they
yeah,
did
the
like something for the
someone.
playoffs and recapped it like the quarterbacks or something, and it's how you replied, and you're just like, yeah, but release it like Hard Knocks weekly, and that would like juice up everything.
Yeah,
Whereas like it would keep the excitement up. I'm like, that's a good point. Like if you do it like situationally, like if it is strictly for like the playoffs, like this is like training camp. It's like, yeah, let's keep it weekly for training camp. If it's like playoffs for baseball, like yeah, let's do it for that. Um, that would be cool. But if you're following around like a player, like one of
yeah.
them,
I get a
like
little bit
I don't
more
mind
because you
it
have to find time to
because you have
interview
the
the
home
families.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
stuff
So
like
I
that.
don't mind it,
But
but
still, I just think. Well, me personally, I would watch more of it during the season than out of it. And back to like the point about I know I watched some of quarterbacks, but like they talked about like the Texan game and how the comeback is like, yeah, I remember that, but in the back of my mind, I'm always like, it doesn't even matter. Like we lost the first round or
yeah,
the divisional round. Like I don't even care. Like it doesn't even those wins don't even matter to me, and that's more of a indication of how I am. But
I
you know,
remember
same thing with like the Tigers last year. Like I was happy they made the playoffs, but as soon as we lost, I was just pissed. Like it's like hard to
checked out.
it's
Yeah,
well, no, it's not checked out,
well,
but it's like hard to remember the good times because you
yeah.
lost. So like with the Lions last 2 years, like I don't even remember like beating some of the teams were cool. Like I was on a walk earlier and I was thinking about how we beat the Vikings to like secure the 1 seed last year, and like it was cool. But then I was like, it didn't even
Exhilarating.
fucking matter,
No.
just like that. But
I
all right,
think yeah. I mean, that's why it's cool to like enjoy it in the moment.
mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
those highs when you're in the moment, and
yeah.
then when they lose in the lows, just be like, there's only one team that's going to hoist the
Yeah,
trophy.
I mean
Like you
that's why
always want it to be your team and everything. So it's like it's tough to it's hard to keep that perspective when after they lose because like it took me 2 3 weeks to like get over that loss. Even the Super Bowl 2 years ago,
I'm
I'm like, "Fuck this
I'm still
game."
not over the two
When they
years ago.
lost to
Last
the
year
fuck,
I'm
I'm
over
not
it, but
either. That one stings.
hmm
That one stings. Still that stings more than the
I saw
Commanders
someone
one
in the
does.
comments trying to blame Jared Goff for that game. No,
Oh,
no, no.
everyone
It
does.
was Dan Campbell. It was Dan. They were blaming Dan for that.
No,
It's like,
Jared,
okay,
no.
when you fumble inside the 20, when an
When
interception goes
you
off of your visor into the guy's hands for a touchdown, when your receiver that hasn't dropped the ball all year drops a fourth down wide open, like, yeah, it's on
Yeah.
the coach when the
It was a
guys don't
team loss. That
execute.
was a total team collapse.
Yeah, I mean, there's things. I mean, Campbell didn't kick the field goal, but just it's not
Yeah,
like
I know, but
those three. If those three plays go the other way, we're not talking. We're probably in the Super Bowl. We might be sitting here as Super Bowl champion.
First time ever.
2024. But anyways, yeah. We gotta keep this. We gotta
Oh
keep
no,
this
one thing.
going.
Oh, I was about to think. I remember watching kind of like how you're like bummed out about it. The after season like
Hmm.
shows. I remember when Amazon Prime did like theirs on Michigan football, like 2017 or 18. I don't know, it was a long time ago.
Hmm.
And I remember like getting to the Michigan State week. I'm just like, I
Oh,
don't know. You kind of like see all the hype and stuff, and you get to this week where they're playing Michigan State, and you're just like, fuck this. I don't want to
yeah.
watch
Hmm.
this. Like, because they lose or whatever. And
Well,
they had a shit. I think they went 8-4. They had a bad year that year. Not their, continued from what they were like,
hmm
good old
Must have been
preseason.
2017 because I know 2018 they lost.
I think it was I think it could have been the trouble with the snap game.
that was
I don't know.
That's
2015.
John
It was
2014.
O'Korn.
2017. Michigan State won. It was at Michigan. It was the rain game. It was 14-7 or something.
It could have been that. Yeah, I think could have been
But
that one. But regardless, I'm just like, yeah, that kind of like made me
yeah,
think of like it's cool to watch it, but then you get to like certain games where
yeah,
they
you don't
lose,
want
and
to
you're just
watch it.
like,
Yeah. That was a good segue, but
kills
I
the
want to
vibe.
touch on this real quick. But
Damn,
that's the
that's
whole
what I was
reason.
going for.
That's the whole reason why this podcast kind of started or like grew legs was because after Lions wins, I'd call you guys and talk to you all the time about every Lions game
Yeah,
on Monday. Then we'd always stay up Sunday. If it was a primetime game, we'd stay up that night. Basically wait till the locker room videos came out and like we
yeah,
literally ate
talk and
everything. We
like,
were living in
share
the moment.
everything.
Yeah, and just like we were on top of the world.
Yeah,
And then I'd call on Monday, and we'd talk about it. I'd call you, Kyle, Monday, call Ben Tuesday. We just always would talk about it. So yeah, living in the moment. But then when you lose, it's just like immediate.
Yeah,
But all right, yeah, we'll transition to the college football. Now, what team do you guys want to start with?
it doesn't matter.
maybe we go. We don't have to like go a team, but what if we do like topic and then talk about the topic and then for the respective team and then move on if there is any.
All right.
Well, no,
Let's
we don't
what's
know because are we gonna do like a schedule thing where we predict wins and losses? Is that today?
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay, because let's maybe we
We
do
can do
like
that at
cover
the
the
end
team.
though. We can do that at the end.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But what like name a
Um,
top like we talking like offense? Do we want to talk about offense?
yeah, let's start with
Like just like
offense.
stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah, just start with
Okay.
like offense. How you, yeah,
All right, start.
when you start.
Oh,
Um,
hold on. Never mind. You go.
Go ahead, go ahead. No, go
No, it's
ahead.
gonna be something. I think it might be better just to go team by team. I think Ben, if you want to
Okay.
start with Michigan State. What are
I
things
can.
you're looking for? So obviously, I guess I'll start in the beginning. I feel like you might have more notes, more. You might be a little more tuned in than I am.
I don't know about
But
that.
just in general for Michigan State, there's a couple things on the offensive side of the ball that I'm looking forward to this year. One is Aiden Child's development. Um, he played much better in the second half of the season. The first half, obviously, he had a problem with turnovers, but the second, I want to say he threw only like one or two interceptions like the last 6 games of the year. Like he was a lot more careful with the ball and everything.
Something, something that I saw about that though. I think he had more yards in the
He
first
did,
half than he did
yeah,
the second half, but he had more interceptions. So it's almost like they kind of throttled him back a little bit more in the second half of the season. It's
yeah,
like, all
but
right,
the way he was,
or he was
Counterpoint.
just, yeah,
yeah, yeah. This is for everybody. I'll jump in, whatever. Yeah,
Counterpoint. He kind of had I feel like he had a little bit tougher of a schedule.
that's
Second
also
half of the
in the
true.
season,
second half.
better
Yeah,
defenses, playing the Big Ten a little bit more compared to the beginning of the season. You can air it out a little bit more. I really liked Aiden Childs against Maryland. I think Michigan State
he did
last
real
year had
well.
a really good deep pass game. It was
Mm-hmm.
like the intermediate passes is where he struggled. So I think like that would be the point where you're looking for a little bit more improvement on like play action,
Yeah.
dig routes, like stuff like that.
Play action only works when your run game works.
So yeah. So the other thing I was gonna
Oh
talk
yeah.
about. So I feel like Childs had a problem. I feel like the outside throwing was good. Like not necessarily just deep, but like just anything outside the numbers. I feel like he was pretty good at. It was more in the middle of the field where he wouldn't see a linebacker. He'd overthrow, he'd underthrow. Like he just that's when he'd throw his interceptions. But yes, Ben, you brought up running game. We have a revamped offensive line. We have three transfers, and then we also have what the hell is it? Rant? Help me with the name, Ben. Stan something
Uh,
So
Stanton Ramel.
Rammel, yeah,
Stanton Ramel.
he's supposed to be a stud. So that's the big
Yeah, he
key,
was
I think.
part of the media day, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's the one
And
that
he
said they
got
wanted him to burn couches.
yeah,
Yeah,
burn couches.
so that's I mean Michigan State's how good they are. I think is going to be determined by their offense, and it's going to be starting with the offensive line. Like it's not going to be Childs; it's going to be the offensive line. Are they going to be able to protect him? Because that was another thing with his like fumbles and more of his fumbles and his interceptions, but it kind of plays into both. But he had no time, and it's like it's hard to do well when you have no time, and you like then you start rushing your feet. You're off balance when you throw. You're on your back
Yep.
foot more, lofting up in the air. It goes overthrows. A lot that goes into it than just dropping back and throwing the ball. So I think that's kind of the my two big takeaways. Is I'm excited for the offensive line with the three transfers and Ramel, and then obviously Childs, and we have Nick Marsh coming back. He's going to be a stud. And then
Did
the
you get a nice little
trans,
transfer
yeah, we
wide
got
out too?
transfer
Yeah. Kent
from
State.
Kent State. Yeah, he was like
Krishan McCray.
I think we had the
Yeah.
number. We had like a top 10 transfer class.
I mean, when you're bringing in 30 guys.
He might have been the top receiver though.
Yeah, I mean,
He was one of the top,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
He led
he
the
was the top that
MAC.
like Michigan State could get. Like there might have been one, but
Yeah,
it was like probably someone from like Alabama that went to
right.
Tennessee or Georgia
Texas.
that like we didn't really
Yeah.
probably really have a chance at. But yeah, those are two things I'm
Right.
looking forward to. I don't know if you have any more to add, Ben.
Um, yeah, I'm definitely one big question mark is definitely just the running back room. We have two sophomores that didn't really see the field last year as freshmen, Brandon Tellis, Makai Frazier, and then you also have a transfer in from Sacramento State, Elijah Toliver, something like that. But that's like these guys haven't really played Big Ten ball, so it'll be interesting to see, how that works. Granted, years past, a couple of years ago, we had uh, Nate Carter, who came in from UConn. You never would have thought that, a guy like him would come in from UConn,
he was built
but
different though.
Yeah.
he was built.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean. Like
yeah, I
him,
know.
him and Kenny K Dub, like they were
Yeah,
both built different and had I don't know, they were ready. They had
he
the body type and the skill set to that translated to the Big Ten running
right,
game too. So
but
although
yeah,
Nate
well,
Carter you could say didn't really live up to expectations.
not well. I feel like he had some unrealistic expectations put on him because he was built like Kenneth Walker. Like, oh my gosh, he
Yeah.
looks like K9. He's gonna be just like him.
And our
I don't know
What's
if
offensive
your D
that's
line,
line?
our
What's your
offensive
D
line was
line
not
like
great.
looking at?
We're not
Like, are they
uh
to the
looking?
defense yet.
You think they're deep? Do you think they're
yeah, I do.
like
I do.
interior? You think they'll be able to stop? What do you think there's going to be their issue like on defense? Is it going to be? You think it's going to be stopping the run?
No,
We
Is it
have
going to be
it'll
more
be
like
pass
secondary
rush. I think
again?
it'll be pass
Pass rush
rush.
again?
Pass rush secondary. It's always going to be the question mark for until, proven otherwise.
here's my thoughts. I think Michigan State will be a strong up the middle with sound defensive tackles, depth at inside linebacker, and a pair of accountable safeties. Malik Spencer, one of our safeties, has all Big Ten potential as a third-year starter at strong safety. Mike linebacker Jordan Hall has shown impressive quickness in the spring and is poised for a breakthrough. Defensive tackles Alex Van Sumeren and Grady Kelly are sturdy with depth behind them, so we got a little bit of depth,
Hey,
in
shout
the
out.
yep in the defensive tackle room. Then we have Jalen Thompson. He started 16 straight games at defensive end and is ready to take his playmaking skills up a notch. Possible as a standout edge, although he's not a natural pass rusher, which we do need a little help at. Transfer quarterback Joshua Eaton from Texas State will help bolster the secondary. So that's my thoughts just off the top of my head.
Oh yeah.
No notes or anything. Yeah, it was just off the top of my head.
No. Wow.
I always for some like
So,
it's been a minute. Like for Michigan State, like maybe the last couple of years, but like they just haven't been like big on the D line, right? And like big
so
enough to like compete against
I think
They
last
have
the
some.
bigger
the
team. No, I'm just saying like that's what they've been lacking was like the interior like um size. I think because when Ryan, you were there when they played against freaking. I mean, granted, it was
dude,
Alabama and their Nick Saban prime, but like the size of the players, I remember you saying like just the size
they
of
were
their
so
team
much
was just
bigger.
like so much bigger than Michigan State was, and I think when it comes to like needing to like compete for CFP or I mean, I know that's not on. I mean, that's not like on Michigan State's radar this year. Like, I'm sure they're just looking
Whoa,
for
whoa, whoa.
improvement. Like 8-4 would be like a hell of a good season for them. But like when you're looking to like build this program, I think like Michigan did it after Harbaugh got there. They started recruiting bigger and like put a lot of more like stuff in their
So I do
interior
have.
line and got bigger. But like so they're able to like at least
Yeah,
somewhat hold their ground.
Michigan's part of it's just the school though.
But they're
Michigan has
different.
had a little bit of
Yeah,
access, a little bit more access than
I
Michigan
know.
State has to the. It's because it's the big players. You're talking more just about offensive, defensive linemen. I mean, the
Yes, exactly.
safeties
Yeah,
like can be
so,
bigger,
yeah.
but those are the difference makers. But to go back to like your question of like our defensive line hasn't been great. I think it actually hasn't been like terrible, but we've had no edges, and that's kind of what's been the like last year. Our run defense was pretty good. We had two guys in the
I was gonna
middle
say run
that were
defense. I think
really
was
good
good.
at stuffing the run, but they,
Remember who they were?
that's what they were. What?
Do you remember who they were?
Was one of
It,
them one of the brothers?
one was like Maverick. It wasn't Maverick,
Oh yeah,
and
Maverick
then
Hansen.
Alex Van Sumeren.
Yeah.
They both played the run very well, but then the edges, they did their job in the run game. They wouldn't really create much pressure when they were passing, which you obviously want some pressure, but it's not really their job to like get to the quarterback as much as it is the edges, and the edges just could never win, and they could never get to the quarterback
Yeah.
and force them to step up to the to the interior lineman. So I think it was more on the edges, and obviously our like secondary hasn't been great like it was in the prime D'Antonio eras, but yeah, it'd
Right.
be nice to because even the Lightning in the bottle with Kenneth Walker, like our defense wasn't great, so
Right.
it's been quite a bit since we've had like a good offensive or a good defensive sound team.
Jalen Thompson is definitely a name to be looking out for. I think he has the ability to get to the quarterback. So whether it actually happens or not, that's what remains to be seen. But he definitely has the ability. Can you put it to the game? That's that's the question mark.
Yeah,
But yeah, secondary, yeah, I don't know. It's probably gonna be one of those years.
oh, what do you mean?
But the bend don't break. We're gonna be giving up yards, and
Yep.
I feel like people need to be cognizant of that going into the games, and not be like, oh my God, we can't stop them, blah blah blah. Well, that's just the way that it's gonna have to roll. We're gonna have to, hold them to three when we need to. They might get yards. They might have 300 yards in the first half, but hey, if they only have 14 points, 17 points, that's a win. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's the offense is going to have to keep pace, and that's kind of what we needed last year. Everybody thought our offense would be like decent. Um, I should say that we also have really two really good tight ends, and Parachek and Vierling. Not Vierling. What did
Belling.
I just? Yeah,
Belling,
yeah,
right?
Belling.
Something like
yeah.
that.
But
Yeah.
I think Masunis is better than
Or that's what I
Parachek.
was thinking of. But yeah, so our offense, as long as our O line, like even if we don't have that great of a run game, as long as our O line holds up, our offense should be pretty good. Because like if we,
I think you guys have weapons, at least on the
I
outside. I don't
think
know what your
I
running back.
Yeah.
I
Those
think
are
if you look at
questionable,
our
but
last like 6 games last year, if that offense like playing, taking care of the ball more, we probably make a bowl game last year, winning like 7 games. Like even the Michigan game, like the thing that kind of
yeah,
swung it was that fumble before half.
mhm,
Like that
yeah.
was, I mean, Michigan outplayed them almost in. Or
It
I
was
don't. It's
within
hard to say
reach.
Michigan State will win, but
I
I'm
don't
just saying
know
it was a big swing. Like that game was
Yeah,
back and forth
momentum.
as it is. You don't commit that one, mistake. The game could have went your way.
with the way Michigan's offense was last
Yeah,
year. Like,
that's when you got to take
yeah,
care of it though.
you give them the ball in extra
Or
time,
take
like in the
take
red,
advantage
like
of
and
it.
it's a field goal. Yeah, but
But yeah, that's kind of all I got on Michigan
Yeah.
State.
Looking forward to the year.
I don't get um, too down in the weeds, but yeah, I don't know. You have any more thoughts, Ben?
Mm, Pretty much said everything.
All right, Kyle, your thoughts on Michigan? Then we'll do some predictions.
um, obviously coming out of last year, I think heading into this year, there was like a lot of like question marks, right? With how are they going to get back to like um top of the Big Ten, and a lot of it I think had to do with the offense or just replacing four four top 90 picks because Will Johnson or something like that because he had or Kenneth Grant, a lot of their big studs that they lost to the draft, but um from what I'm reading and hearing on like certain boards and stuff, Bryce Underwood seems to be like he's going to be the starter, which is interesting. Um,
Do you like that?
I do to a degree because I don't know. It's hard to say because I do like it because it means he's going to get reps right away. He's going to get
Hmm.
that experience, and it also means that what his ceiling is, they see a lot in it. I don't know. I do like it. I do like it. Um,
I don't know who their other quarterback would be. That's the big. Who's their
they're
backup?
Keen. It's a transfer from Fresno State, Keen,
Okay,
and
I
they
mean,
also got Garcia, who's from East Carolina, that just transferred in
Oh yeah.
after like spring ball or whatever.
yeah.
He's a late transfer.
Yeah.
So
And
there are a
Jaden
couple grad
Davis.
transferred in there. Jaden Davis isn't gonna be considered. I think like projected depth chart, he'll be like third or fourth.
Yeah. They're,
Um, hopefully he's like up above. I mean, I don't know. Davis
the
Warren's back, but whatever.
the projected depth chart I see is Bryce Underwood, Mikey Keene, Jaden Davis, Jake Garcia, Chase Herbstreit.
Yeah. Anyways, um, hopefully, yeah. But anyways, Bryce Underwood, like if he has that talent that everybody's like all the recruiters and all the scouts and everybody say that he has the potential to have, get him out there. Let him do it. Like let him get out there, get used to the game speed. Because once he's used to the, hopefully, because I think that was a big issue with Davis Warren and Alex Orji, I think last year was the game was just too fast. They couldn't read or process things.
So
If Bryce Underwood can read, go from read one, read two, check down, boom. That's all like, or read one, read two, pull it, try and find a running lane. I think there's going to be some growing pains with it, but I think overall, like the offensive line is in a lot better shape than it was last year. Um, the like Macaulay coming in and the wideout, like he has a little bit of size from Indiana. Like he's not like a super experienced wide receiver because he was a quarterback for a couple years and he's only like on like year two or three as a wideout. But I don't know. A lot of people are like because he dons the number one wide receiver number at Michigan, and that's supposed to be like a special jersey number that only like special players can
what number?
get, especially number one, because Braylon Edwards, Anthony Carter,
It says he's number
bunches had it.
13. Could be wrong.
No, it got changed to number one recently because he used to be number 13.
Gotcha.
And for spring ball and everything, but then it changed to number one
Gotcha.
in the last few weeks. Which either like you can speculate and be like, oh, does this mean like he's really showing out at camp, or is it just like, all right, yeah, you can have it, like you were number one at Indiana, you can have it here. But I think like Fred Moore's like new height and weight, he's put on a few pounds. He still has the speed. That looks good. Samaj in the slots probably should be pretty good. He's a shifty dude. But I think the biggest thing on offense is going to be their wide receiver core question mark. Like it's
Yeah.
been the last 2 years. Like they had Roman Wilson and like love Cornelius, but like I don't know the wide receivers. They just didn't scare me. Like you don't. I like offenses if you can have like a guy like a go-to guy on the outside that is a I this is my like preference. I would much rather have a 6'3", 6'4" like guy that is going to have sure hands, go up, catch the ball one on one like a Keon Coleman. Like get those jump
Marsh.
balls and then mix in with a little bit of the speed guys. I don't want all speed guys, short speed guys. You need some height.
Yeah.
And I think the route concepts are going to be a lot different this year under Chip Lindsey. I think there's going to be more of a downfield attack rather than like last year. All they ran it feels like was screens, bubble screen, bubble screen, bubble
Yeah.
screen,
Like it
bubble
was
screen.
just
Run like on when the passing
RPOs.
game was so
Yeah.
shitty, so tough to watch passing game wise. But somehow they won 7 games. But anyways, um, yeah, I really like Justice Haynes. Justice Haynes coming in from Alabama.
Yep.
Him and Jordan Marshall in the background will be a really good 1-2 punch. I don't know like if one of them goes down. I don't know how deep that backfield is after those two. A lot of note like they had a couple
Two
guys transfer
more.
out.
Two more
They had
transfers in.
yeah, they had a couple transfers in, so like a little bit don't know like how they're gonna do in the Michigan uniform, but
What happened
um,
to Cole Cabana? Cabana.
He
he
Did he
transferred
went
to
transfer
to
out?
Minnesota, pretty sure.
Oh, that's right.
Minnesota, but then I thought he
You-
decommitted from Minnesota, but
He
maybe
might have,
not.
and he might be at like Western or something.
I'll look
Yeah,
him up.
because
Now
they
you
got
say
like
that.
two, like Minnesota got
Yeah,
like
he's
three
at
or four
Western.
running
Yeah.
backs. Yeah,
Initially, he
yeah.
committed to Minnesota though.
Wow.
Yep, he did.
That's coming
That's why I
back to
should have
me.
went there first.
I think
I just
like
remember recruiting him at Michigan State, and then last year in our NCAA uh,
yeah,
dynasty, Alex Brown had Cole Cabana running for
Oh, doxing him.
300 yards
yeah,
a
it's because he was
game.
a 98 speed or something like that. But at tight end, like replacing like Colson Loveland, I
Dude's
think
good.
Michigan's offense isn't going to have the tight end being split out like they did with Loveland because obviously it's a different one. I think Max Klein's going to be more like an AJ Barner um, type tight end, more of a blocking tight end with some good hands and some good routes. He's not going to be Colson Loveland talent. Um, so we'll see how it all comes together. I think they'll still be balanced. The offense, you gotta have an improvement, right? There's no way you can get worse.
You would
But
think, but just
the thing that I hate about in like
They're-
Michigan, it seems like every offseason or heading into camp, it's like, who's going to be our quarterback? There's like
I mean,
one
that was
year
just
that I can
last year and
remember.
this year. I mean,
No,
I know, but like,
JJ McCarthy
yeah,
was in
you had
2023. That's the only one you knew he was going to be the
yeah, but you
starter.
had
You
guys
had,
that you knew were like going into that year. You knew that whatever his face is, Cade. What was his name?
McNamara.
McNamara. Like you
McNamara.
know that he was at least good, and like he took you to the playoffs. Like maybe you don't win the national
I
championship
know.
with him, but
That's
you know
fine.
that he's good. It's not like this. I count
I
that
want
like
to
when
know
the
who the
JJ.
starting quarterback is going to be. That's all.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but
Because
at the same time, but when you know you have someone good, it's a lot easier going into the offseason and be like, okay, we're fine. Like, yes, we might not know who it is,
I
but
know.
you know, at worst, it's McNamara. Like this year and stuff, I get the this year, last year, I get the uncertainty, but also, especially when Harbaugh was there, he doesn't like giving out information
I know.
that people don't need to know. So,
I
and
know.
obviously, the way that the beginning of the season turned out, like I feel like they knew it was always McCarthy,
JJ.
but
Yeah. It was like
that
a
it's not.
respect thing.
Yeah, but
You can try and yeah.
like I get what you're saying, but it's hard to compare knowing you have him. Like that'd be like after
No,
Kirk
I'm
Cousins
just
had his
saying,
breakout year, being like, is it going to be him or is it going to go back to Keith Nichol? Or it's like, well, at worst, it's going to be Kirk Cousins that we had. Like, if it's
I
someone
know.
better, it's someone better. But at worst, it's there. This year, last
But I'm
year, I
saying
get the
more
uncertainty.
internally, like when it comes to
Yeah,
like preparation and the offense and stuff. Like, because I would say Bryce Underwood, the way his skill set and what he can do in the offense is going to be different than
yeah.
Keene.
It was the same. Yeah, it was the
Like
same
they
thing
have
as last
different,
year with Orgy and
yeah, they
everybody.
had
Like it was
completely
different.
different
Yeah,
things. You had no identity on offense.
yeah,
Like all you could do, you could just call run plays. You had no passing game. So I think
yeah.
like
I heard college
having
people
this and
talk
like
about that right away last year.
yeah,
It's like one of
so
the first things they said.
and
They're
like
like, this
last
isn't going to
another
work.
thing too last year is everybody was like, oh yeah, Alex Orgy looking really good, and all this other stuff like with these uh uh blog guys and the people that are close to the team or really always like him, and he just did
I mean,
not pan out.
I
Did
think
not pan out in the game,
you
and
also
like I'm very nervous about that happening again
that
this year.
that's what I was gonna say is you got to remember that these guys are kind of paid to talk up their
Yeah.
teams, like the ones that are at practice, like they're not getting access if they shit on the team. Because I mean, you go look at like Michigan State back when 2 years ago when we had like Noah Kim, like all those guys, like there's people on message boards and like the writing were saying like Noah Kim could be good. It's like obviously,
Hmm.
he wasn't good. So you do have to be a little bit careful because I mean, but then again, you can see the other side where it's like one person writes negative and everybody else runs with it, and then all the Michigan State, Ohio State fans are talking shit about him and saying he's not going to be good. So you'd rather
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin
talk
the
up, but
confidence and
yeah,
stuff, but
you do have
but
to
like
take a lot of that stuff
I
with a
do
grain of
understand
salt.
that, but I'm just like, they hyped it up last year with like,
Yeah,
oh
but
yeah, there's not going to be like too big of a yeah, there's going to be a little drop off with JJ, but there's not going to be too much, right?
that's
And
that's
then
why
all of a sudden it's like, dude couldn't even like get to his third progression, couldn't even get to his second
yeah,
or third
Yeah.
progression.
that's why I think you need to more listen to the the big sphere of college football,
Yeah,
especially with Michigan because they typically talk about Michigan a lot
yeah.
more. But like they were pretty quick to saying that they heard like orgies not like they heard like the scuttlebutt of like who's going to be quarterback, and they already
Hmm.
talked right away like this isn't going to work because they play different styles. So like I kind of
Yeah,
knew that going in that it's possibility that they don't know who it is and it can affect how it goes forward. But
yeah.
I
But
don't know.
at least this time, like you got Wink Martindale and other like coaches and players, especially on the defense, are like have been like saying in like interviews and stuff or press time. They're just they s- they've said that they're a lot better off at this point in camp this year at the quarterback position than last year. So that's promising. But I also think the
Well,
offensive line is a little bit better as well.
what
So
else are they supposed to say
hard
that
to get
they know?
worse.
I don't know.
No, you cannot address it. You cannot answer it.
I don't know. I think
You can answer that question without
I
saying that
I think there's a
specifically.
way that they're not better off because last year, as like this year, you're pinning it all on if
Underwood.
It's just,
Underwood's not good, your backups are. I feel like last year you had a couple guys. You had at least two guys that you thought were like that could compete for a starting job. But this time, I feel like that second guy is a bigger drop off than it was last year. Now Underwood, I think, has more
I
potential,
don't.
so like you're better in that sense. But if somehow he doesn't start the season on fire, or like he starts the season really
I don't
bad,
because both of our transfers that came in have game experience, a lot more of it than
yeah,
last year.
true.
So,
Um,
Kyle, question for you. So earlier
What?
you said that last year Orgy and Davis Warren couldn't like the game was too fast for them. Would you be worried that, Bryce Underwood played in high school, but he hasn't played a college snap yet? Would you be worried that if, he's not seeing the field very well, he starts throwing picks and, just making mistakes? Do you think that would hurt his confidence and hurt his progression
no.
as
I don't
like
think
hurt his
so.
Oh, I would
confidence and
compare it to
then
how Aiden Childs did last year, right? That was his first time really like starting all the
Yeah,
games. He had
starting,
proven he
yes,
threw
but he
picks
had
and
he
stuff.
had
He
he
had some
had
game experience, I know.
experience. Granted, most
Yep.
of
I
it
don't think it
was
mattered. I
running.
mean, you go back to Peyton Manning setting the all-time record in his rookie year. I know it's NFL, but just in
Yeah.
general,
Like
like I think,
I think it's just
yeah,
it'll be part of the it'll be like it'll be the growing pain. That'll be the
It's
growing pains part.
it's more
And I
gonna
think he's up here. He's good enough to where
That's
he can
where
do
it
it.
comes in, is being mentally
So
strong enough to just say that's going to happen. And
yeah.
maybe even having the foresight, coaches having the foresight saying, look, you've never played a snap of college football, let alone Big Ten football. You're going to have growing pains. You're going to throw under. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. We're going to grow.
just a
I think it'll
Um,
be. I
Is
mean,
this a coaching clinic
it,
or is this a Big Ten or Michigan preview?
yeah, I know. And so then
nope.
we get to now let's go to the defensive side
Yeah,
where I
let's
think
go.
that's going to be their bread and butter again this year,
It's
especially
going to
their
take
D
as long as the
line. Their D line
offense.
is their D line is pretty deep. I think they've come out and said they have like 8 guys that'll be in the rotation on the defensive line. Um, that they're very confident in
I
terms of
don't
their
think they're
abilities.
very confident in a lot.
In all eight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be confident in them.
I mean, there's a lot that have had a lot of playing time.
I'm not
Um,
disagreeing that they're
but
not good or
Derek
very
Moore
are
coming back.
confident, but
I mean, yeah, I'm not. I think our edges will be good again this year. We'll get pressure. We'll have stout like Rayshon Benny, and then Williams coming in from Clemson. I think our interior D line will be good. Linebackers need to see a step up from Jayshon Barnum when it comes, especially in the cover, especially on like third downs. That was a big weakness last year was third down. And tackling on third down, just giving up a lot of third down conversion, especially like 3rd and 8 and longer. They gave up a lot of those. Zeke Berry kind of came into his own. I think they'll be fine on defense. I'm not worried about it.
Are there any safeties you're looking at that could make a big impact?
I mean, Rod Moore's coming back. Hopefully, he picks up where he left off before he got injured last year training camp. Um, I mean, they did have the two Metcalf brothers transfer in from Arkansas. They're expected to get some PT. Jaden
It looks like
Mangum,
they're
I don't think he'll be
he ain't
starting.
playing.
I
that's what
think
I was
Hillman will get the start there.
Heard
But
he's not even
I think
practicing or something.
I think their D backs will be all right.
I
I think
have
they're year 2 with Wink Martindale's defense. I think they kind of turned it on last year at the end. I think they're used to the scheme and everything and what's expected of them, and he knows what their players are good at and everything, and has them in good spots. So
the projected depth chart has both Metcalf starting, one strong, one nickel, and free safety, Rod Moore, and a corner, Zeke Berry.
Ben's doing more homework for Michigan than he is Michigan State.
I know, right?
No, I literally just have their projected depth chart up. I have Michigan State's up as well.
I just said
Yeah, I think
But
obviously the big question with Michigan, like, yeah, they got what are they ranked in the coaches poll? 14th.
14, I think I saw.
That's crazy.
I can't believe they're ranked.
Okay, so
Um,
this is. Are you done? Because I want to transition, or I was going to
yeah,
transit.
yeah, I'm
So
done with
it's a
that.
good. It's a good transition. So you say it's. I think it's crazy that they're ranked 14th after they went seven
Seven
and
and
7 and
I guess
5.
5.
technically 8 and 5. 7 and 5 in the
Yeah,
regular season. They really obviously they beat Ohio State, but outside of that, they didn't really. They basically just beat everybody they should. They lost to Indiana, lost to Illinois. They did beat USC. I guess that was another
Washington.
good.
Washington was probably one they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, I would agree.
Um,
But
Theoretically,
overall, it
but
was like more of a. I know they had a lot, you know, leave, but it was still a disappointing season. I would say
yeah, I
for
think
them.
I
But
would have thought 8-4, 9. Yeah, I think I was more on the 8-4 route last year.
anyway, what do you think their over under is this year in wins?
Their over under is 9.5.
Nope. Well, it's 8.5 on DraftKings,
Oh, all right, it's gone down.
but the over is -160. I just think it's kind of crazy that the 14th ranked team in the coaches poll has a 8.5 over or under wins.
Theoretically, 9 wins could get you into the
Yeah, I
playoffs.
know. I agree. But yes, that is true. It's still
I think it's
weird to
at
think about.
everything I saw was 9.5. I mean, that's probably why it's
Again, it's
minus
minus
160.
160, so it probably just changed. But they, like
Yeah. What's
under
Michigan State?
under under 9.5 was minus 200, so they had to switch it or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Um, Michigan State is, I
Five and a
think,
half is
five and a
my
half. Yep,
guess.
it's over
Really?
5.5 minus 135.
Wow.
But let's see. Here we'll do. Got to figure out how to do this.
As you're doing that, there was a post that I saw that said
Whoa,
there's
whoa,
two
whoa.
I
teams that
got.
are returning their all both coordinators and head coach, and maybe it's just in the Big Ten, Michigan State and Illinois,
It's got to be
So
just
Michigan
state of
State's
all
then.
returning both coordinators.
and head coach. Yep,
Interesting. I'm so
yep,
glad Michigan got a new offensive coordinator.
yeah. I
uh,
mean,
All
it
right.
it almost
One that
lines
has
up like
experience
NFL
playing or calling plays, because I think
rookie.
that's a bit. I don't know. And we have a good kicker, so I'm good with that. But
All right. Now Can you guys see this?
Yeah,
I'd have to click watch it. Hold on. Yeah.
All right. So let's go
Oh, you okay?
through.
All right.
Yep. We'll go through win by win. Who we got? We'll
You want me
go.
to? Oh,
Do
okay.
you guys
I'll
want
give
to go
you.
by
Oh, I gotta
game?
give you my.
You guys
Yeah.
want to go by
Week
game?
week by week. Week
Week
by week.
for both Michigan and Michigan State.
Yeah, like we'll do week 1 Michigan State, week 1 Michigan, and then week 2 Michigan
Okay.
State. We can snake it or just either way.
might be easier to snake, to be honest.
Just go with the. Yeah. Go Ben. Western Michigan, Michigan State.
Win.
Well, with a win as well. Kyle.
Western win.
What about New Mexico? Michigan versus. This is now
Bryce
Michigan.
Underwood's first
Or do
game
you want?
win.
Or do you want to go team by team? Or do you want to do this? Do you want me to go to Michigan, or do you want to just do Michigan State first, then Michigan?
I thought we'd go week by week.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
this
It
is
doesn't
This is
week
week
matter. I
by
think it's
week.
different.
week 1.
I think it's different.
Okay,
I
so
don't
we'll
care
just
what
go to
we
Michigan.
do.
We'll just go to Boston College. All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. At home, did Boston College?
They lost their
Did
They
they
quarterback.
lost their
lose
quarterback.
Castellanos?
Yep.
Yes.
That's
Florida
a
State.
W. As long as it's not raining again
I
for
also
you.
think it's. I
Same.
don't think it. Rain didn't really matter. Child's just
Win.
a couple. Youngstown
Win.
State, Michigan State.
I think
Also
the
think
Boston College game will be close.
I don't. We should have beat them
It better
last
be a
year.
win. That better be a win.
No kidding.
All right, Kyle, you're the first.
Loss.
You lost.
On the road to USC. Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think. You know what? I'm gonna go. Fuck yeah, I'm going with the win.
My gut says loss.
All right. What about the bye week?
You
Nebraska.
better win that.
Nebraska. At
At
Nebraska.
Nebraska, it's a tough game.
They sell beer there now.
I'll give them a win. I'll give them a win. That's gonna be close, but I'll give them a win.
I give them a loss on that one.
Me too. L.
Okay. UCLA. Home against UCLA. Noon kickoff.
Nico. How good is he gonna be at UCLA?
I don't know.
That's like the big question with UCLA is gonna be like.
I think it's
I don't
also.
know. Is he gonna be that much of a big difference with him?
I think it's also a little bit of a
I'll give State a win on him.
how meant like is he like a nutcase
Yeah.
now and stuff.
I'll give him the win because
I win as
Or
well.
did he lock in? He could have locked in.
Could. At Indiana. Ben.
I know. I don't think they're going to be as good as last year.
Their over under is like 7. Is like it might be
I
5
think
and
I'm
a
gonna.
half as well. To be honest.
I think I'll. It's a winning streak now for Michigan State for me.
I shouldn't do it, but I'm looking ahead, and I just think I have to give them a loss there.
Loss.
Michigan.
Loss.
I'll never pick against the boys.
Oh, geez, Ryan, you made it hard for me.
We should have beat them last year, where our team wasn't good either.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say should have, but we could have beat them last year.
It was a winnable game.
Yes.
It wasn't like the year before.
Correct.
Or
probably the year before.
Throw a win on there.
Minnesota. I have no idea how Minnesota's. We should have done the big preview first. I have no idea how good these teams are supposed to be.
Man, I don't like this. I don't like how many wins I have in a row, but
Minnesota was bad last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say win.
I'm going to win as well.
Win.
Penn State.
Loss.
Loss.
First loss agreement. Iowa at Iowa. Pink locker room. End of November.
That's a tough game. I also don't know how good Iowa is going to be this year.
I know.
But
Joel Klatt had him ranked 22nd in his top 25. Yeah.
Wow. I think
he also had Michigan 10, but
I think I'm going to go loss here.
So
I think I'm going loss as well.
Yeah, but that's Joel Klatt.
Me too.
He loves Michigan.
Double loss. Or loss there. So I got him at 5-5. Or no.
No, 5 and 6.
They played more than 10
5
games.
and 6. They got to beat Maryland at Ford Field to move on to a bowl game. I think they get it done.
I think so too.
Me too.
A lot to play for.
Ben has them at
9-3.
9-3. I have. Oops. Don't need dates.
Mona. General.
Ornament 4593. What's it?
Come on, dude. I fucking hate this shit. I have them at 8-4. Kyle has them at 6-6.
An improvement.
Yep, it's a bowl game. You know what? I don't know if I'd be happy with 6 and I'd be happy they made a bowl game, but I think they gotta go like 7-5 for me to be like feel like decent. Okay. So we'll go to Michigan now.
W.
Yeah, no explanation.
Yep,
needed.
I think so.
Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
I think that's a loss.
Loss. I'm trying. I don't know. I think it's a win. I don't know.
Michigan does find ways to win those games.
Who's Oklahoma's
I know, like
Brett. Is it Arnold?
It's a transfer. So they brought in what the fuck is their name? Washington State's OC,
Quarterback. Oh,
and brought in their quarterback, and he's pretty good. Um,
new system
Oklahoma
though.
should have a decent I know
The thing that
they
gets
should
me
have a
though is
decent team, but it's like
their offensive and
Bryce.
defensive lines always suck in the last couple years. Michigan kind of feasts off
Yeah,
both of those.
Brent Venables is a good decoy. Like it's gonna be. I think it'll be a dogfight. I'll give Michigan the kicking edge, so I'll go with Michigan.
CMU,
W.
Across the board.
Nebraska.
At Nebraska.
Go Big Red.
No, hey, there's no Sherrone Moore for this game either.
Win. I don't think that'll
I think that's
matter.
a loss.
I think it's a loss too. I think they'll slip. Right? Yeah, you
Wisconsin.
got W.
How good is Wisconsin supposed to be?
No idea.
I haven't heard anything about them. They have
Yeah, me
what's his
neither.
name?
We'll do a win at
Luke
the big
Fickell.
house.
At
Luke
USC.
Fickell,
Traveling.
Tressel also there.
Ben at USC.
Oh, that's me.
Sorry, I didn't know that either.
I'll do a loss.
Ballsy. I gotta win.
Loss. I think going to the West Coast is Michigan's Achilles heel. W there. Revenge game.
I think both the Michigan teams beat USC. Probably stupid on the other one, but Washington.
W.
Why can't we play Washington this year?
Right.
They're not. The Washington's better
I'll
than
do a
they were
win as
last
well.
year.
Loss.
Yeah.
Loss, win for this one. Yeah.
You want to change your pick?
I don't know.
Purdue.
W.
I'm
Better
not
be a
even
win.
ass because they're so ass.
Are
Northwestern
they
probably could
really?
say this.
Win.
I was.
Oh, in Chicago, the
Yeah.
new stadium. W.
I don't think that's out yet.
I know. I meant like the old high school one, whatever one they're
Maryland.
playing at. Win.
Ben?
I'll do a win. Not a loss to Ohio State.
This is a tough one. I don't want to give them bulletin board material.
Yeah, because they're watching this shit.
Yeah, you never know. They'll pull anything. You know what
Yeah,
crazy college coaches are? They'll be like, look at these three fucking idiots.
I don't think he does. We know how crazy they are, Ryan.
Look at these. That's so true. Oh.
I can't pick. I just can't pick Michigan. I can't do it.
This one's so hard for me because it's like they've won 4 years in a row, and they should
they've
not
won
have
when they
had a
shouldn't
chance
have won.
last year.
I think
I
that's the thing that
know,
throws
and
the
they
wrench.
should. Yes,
If they
and
get
like,
their ass kicked last year, you're probably like, oh yeah, like we could probably win. Like, but like, or like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it throws a wrench in that they won last year.
I just
'Cause
like
they're the better
everybody's
team,
just like,
they just didn't win.
I know, like everybody this year, you know, Michigan fans, they're even on more of a high horse when it comes to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right, because they beat them when they were 30-point dogs.
That and they won
in Ohio State.
Yeah,
I
get it from both. I get from both sides.
You know, they got this just sense that we have Ohio State's number, right? Mm-hmm. And the pendulum's got to swing back. I think that happens next year. Michigan with the win this year at home, they lose next year on the road.
My thought is
unless I have other this is all contingent on Bryce Underwood being a decent freshman quarterback.
Ben was my quick thought on the Ohio State thing. The thing that I think might help Ohio State in this situation, because people, when it gets to that game, people are gonna be like, you haven't won the last 4. And like Ryan Day gets all in his head about this game. Does winning like the national championship after you lost them just be like, I don't even care? Like, no, like you're gonna care, but I think it takes a little bit pressure off of him. Like it's like, because like if you go back,
this game doesn't mean that much.
I don't think it does.
I think it does. I think it takes the because like it's like he
I don't
has
think it does.
I think so.
Not enough.
I think I think it does. I think it does a lot.
It depends on if you
If
I don't
this
know.
if this
I don't
scenario,
think it does enough. I think it does a
I
little
think it
bit, but I don't
does.
think it does enough.
I think if this so the scenario that happened last
Depends on what
year,
the record is coming in,
where it's
but
the first true, assuming they still make the playoffs. I don't or like they're still in the play
yeah.
like they don't have to win the game to make the playoffs. But um, I think in like 5 years, because like every now it's like it's not very it was not common at all where you'd lose to your rival and win a national championship in college football. I think
Hmm.
now with the 12, like that was the first year the 12 when it happened. I think as the years progress, um, people are going to start realizing that these rivalries they matter, but they don't matter as much, and they might be a little. It might not happen right now for them, but in the grand schemes, like they just, like Michigan fans like to discredit Ohio State because Michigan beat them, but in 5-10 years, like that's not going to be like an argument. It's an argument now because
Right.
it
They
was the
still
first
won the
one,
national championship.
but it's like more of an argument now because like it's never been like you can be like, yeah, you lost, but like in 10 years, I feel like it isn't going to
Yeah.
be like even an argument. You're going to be like, like
See, like I wish.
does the Eagles
Yeah.
if the Eagles lost to the Cowboys both times last year, they don't give a shit. They won the Super Bowl. Like it's just like it's going to start falling into those categories
You think it will?
of other. I think so. And that doesn't mean the
Definitely has the opportunity to.
rivalry. I think the rivalry will mean just as much, especially to the fans. But in terms of just like it's going to be more common, so it's going to get like watered down a little bit in terms of like people aren't going to be as obsessed with winning your rivalry. You're still going to care a lot, but it's not going to be as much. But I think
Yeah.
it,
Like I wish. I wish Michigan State rivalry was like the same as it is for Michigan Ohio State. Because then I could be like, because Michigan lost to Michigan State that one year, right?
yeah, that
We
was a
kind of talked
playoff. They
their
didn't win a
game, but
championship,
they
but
ended up,
yeah,
yeah, they didn't win the championship, but they won the Big Ten and they made it to the playoffs, which
yeah.
was huge.
And at the
And I
time, I
think
said
like,
if
and
Michigan's
at
going
the
to
time,
make it, I wanted it to be the year we beat them. I'd rather us beat them and
yeah,
they do it than us not beat them.
right, same. As
Yeah,
if Ohio State's going to win some national championship, I want to beat them in
yeah,
the regular
yeah.
season
But in the grand scheme, it doesn't
or
really
whenever we
matter.
play them, because we could
Yeah,
play them twice now,
yeah,
like
Right.
which kind of
Heck, you
sucks,
could play
but
them 3 times.
yeah.
yeah. I
So
I think
it's like,
the Michigan State rivalry is as big as the Ohio State one, excluding the factor that Ohio State competes for national championships. I think I think the hate is there both ways. I just don't think Michigan likes to admit it as much as it means to them. And that part of that's because Michigan State doesn't have the like we've both never been like good at it's very rare that we've both been good at the same time, which when
The
Michigan takes
exception
the
was
shit out of
2023.
us, not
I
the
have okay, I have
exception, but
2020,
something to kind of
21, I
say,
mean,
and I
2021.
don't mean this in any like disrespect at all. So like, um, the way I see it is Michigan State to Michigan's Michigan to Ohio State is what Michigan State is to Michigan, but I'm only saying Michigan is to Ohio
yeah,
State like Michigan State is to Michigan only in like the 2005, you could say onward. Like I'm talking about like
yeah,
2005 to 2020, like last 20 years. I'll say that because it seems like Michigan right now is like that annoying little peckerhead of a like sibling that's like, oh, we beat you, we beat you, beat you, beat you, beat you, beat you, beat you, beat you. Even though like the team that has been owning the rivalry, for the last like 15 years, is like the bigger one out of the two, and then Michigan right now is like being that annoying little ass like. pain in your side that's just like keeping like, oh, we beat you, we beat you, we beat you, when you do. And then like if Michigan State were to like beat Michigan, their fan base and like that is like that annoying little like, oh, we beat you, we beat you, we beat you, we beat you,
Yeah,
when it's
because
like,
That goes
God, like,
both
yeah, you
Michigan
did,
ways.
but
fans
like,
would
we've been
downplay it.
owning you, but then, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's just what that's just how I'm comparing the two different
Well,
rivalries right now.
let's
It's like
be
Michigan's the middle child,
let's
we'll say.
remember that Michigan State in the last 15 years has more wins than Michigan. So don't say you own it.
I'm saying, I'm not
Just you
saying,
said
I'm saying
15 years.
20
I'm
years
saying.
Ohio State
Oh,
rivalry,
okay.
not Michigan
Gotcha.
State. I'm
But
saying like kind of like
I
more
think
the last 6 7 years from
my thought
Michigan
more of
State.
the Michigan State thing is more just because as a whole, outside of football, maybe it's because the national media doesn't cover it as much, but it just doesn't seem like Michigan hates Ohio State and the other sports. But they do
They
hate,
don't.
like,
I
in
don't. Like I would
basketball,
much. I
Michigan and
really
Michigan
want to beat
State.
them, but
Yeah, but like you would rather probably beat Michigan State twice in basketball
in
than
basketball,
Ohio
yeah,
State. Same thing with
yes,
like I mean hockey. Hockey's Michigan's own Ohio State, so it probably doesn't mean as much. But I guess that's kind of where it goes. It's like it's kind of weird that I don't know.
it's
It's just
just
like
football
yeah, it's
for the
kind of just
Michigan Ohio
football.
State
Yeah,
rivalry. Yeah,
it's not just football, but it just seems that like football is
it's
the number one.
magnified.
Oh, football
Football
is
is
the
the only
only
one
one
where
that's
it's
like
like,
the number one. The other ones are kind of
yeah,
Michigan State, or no, you could even
the reason
yeah.
the reason Ohio State and Michigan have rivalries in other sports is because of the football,
Yes, yeah,
the football
That's
one.
and
fair.
football just comes back
Whereas
just through the whole centuries of
the
Michigan being
yeah, the
good early in
10-year
like the
war or whatever it was.
1900s and yeah, like the Toledo thing. So I get the history and everything from it, but yeah, there's a big
Oh, between the
discussion going
states, yeah.
on online. I saw of Michigan State fans going back and forth that a guy Don Thomas or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen him on Twitter in so
Well, he
long.
posted something about
I think I muted him. I'm not gonna
Michigan's
lie.
had so many more wins than Michigan State. But then a lot of Michigan State fans are like, okay, let's start from when the Michigan State entered the Big Ten, make it, an even playing field. Then Michigan only has like 9 more wins or something like that. And then they're like, oh,
Like Big Ten wins or
no,
total
just
wins?
against each other. And then Michigan fans are
Oh,
like,
okay.
you shortened it and you still don't have more wins. It's like, okay, yeah, I get let's use our brains here. Like if you do go when Michigan State entered the Big Ten,
Percentages aren't.
it's
Yeah.
yes, it's a little bit closer than you think it is. But yes, Michigan has obviously won more games, and they're the bigger brand. It's what's probably well, Michigan State's always going to have those years where, like D'Antonio, where
You
they're
know
going to
what's
be better for a 10-year, 15-year stretch. But water's gonna find its level, and Michigan's gonna probably surpass them, and then. For 20 years, and Michigan State will have, that 10-year run, and then, Michigan will go back. It's going to be a cycle, and overall, Michigan will win more games. I think it's just from the brand, unless Nick Saban the second comes back and decides to stay at Michigan State and build Michigan State up.
Alabama.
But yeah, yeah. So for all the listeners, I'll recap the records. Ben has Michigan State at 9 wins and 3 losses. Myself, Ryan has Michigan State at 8-4. Kyle has them at 6-6. Ben and Ryan both have
it's not
Michigan.
yeah. It's not like it's a bad 6-6. Like
No, I mean like
I feel like the
the
losses that
losses
I
we have
picked,
are yeah
are they're
USC,
good ones.
Nebraska,
You
Indiana,
don't
Michigan.
have any losses that one of us didn't pick as a loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except Michigan,
except
which is
Michigan,
yeah
but
is
yeah.
Oh, I
um
didn't. I
I
overlooked
was.
that.
It's not like I didn't pick that being like, oh, Michigan State, look,
no.
Michigan. That's my just overall opinion.
Well,
I mean, there's a very real chance that we're homers. I'm gonna like USC we could very well like that's definitely a losable game. Um,
Hmm.
Indiana could be a winnable game. That one, I feel like I could trade those
Yeah,
out.
like
But like,
I got Michigan. You can say what I got
but yeah,
Michigan at, but
well,
like
yeah,
I got them at 10-2, but I can also see them at 8-4 easily.
yeah. So Kyle had Michigan at 10-2. with a win over Ohio State, and then
And
me,
Oklahoma.
Ryan had Michigan at 9-3, and then Ben has them at 8-4. So Ben has Michigan State having a better record than Michigan. Um, I have a 1 game difference, which, I don't know. I feel
Yeah. I mean, all it takes
Michigan
is a
has a
couple
better.
bounces to go your way.
Michigan has an easy. I think they have way easier
They,
schedule than they did last year.
oh yeah, they both
Nebraska's
have
tough to
easier
judge.
schedules.
Nebraska's tough to
They are
judge
tough to
just because you
judge.
don't
Yeah.
know. Like they could be good.
Dylan
Um,
Raiola,
Wisconsin,
Camp
second
Randall's
year.
always. Or no, it's not Camp
no,
Randall. What's their?
I don't know the name of their stadium, but it's Lincoln. I know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what, but yeah, Michigan's kind of got a
That
pretty
face
easy
is always
schedule.
buzzing.
Outside of
Yeah.
their 2 toughest games are, and they're really not that in conference. I mean, it's their 3 toughest are Nebraska, USC, and Michigan State outside of Ohio
On the
State, and they're
road,
all on the road. So that does hurt them a little bit, but like you don't have to pay Penn State, you don't have to play Oregon. Um,
which I don't like not playing Penn State.
yeah, and then obviously then you have Ohio State, and then Michigan are probably the top 4. But yeah, so those are the records. We'll we'll see
Yeah. I
who does
mean,
the best, but
I've
Watch out for
if I'm
Washington. Well, we can talk about
no,
that later.
if I'm Heen and Han on one of like on a Michigan State one, I said they'll win it. I'll put it down as a win. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. That's probably why
yeah.
it turned out that the way that it did.
I mean, I look at Michigan State's schedule, and I think they could win 10 games easily. But
All
it's
right.
just like the coin
You have to
flips
be
with
realistic
USC
about it
and
sometimes.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Like the odds are that they're going to lose those games, but I mean, like Nebraska's not Ohio State. Like we could win that game, you know?
Right.
You're like, okay,
Or Penn State.
I just thought of something for what I kind of how I did it. Like I'm like thinking about Michigan State making a little jump, with what
Yeah.
they got. Um,
1 game jump to be exact
yeah, I
for you.
know. And then like Michigan, I kind of was thinking like, well, Oklahoma didn't have that great of a season. They had a losing record last year too. So I
Hmm.
guess I'm okay. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna say like I had Michigan like taking like a little bit of a leap this year,
A
but they
little 10-2.
I think he means a leap
yeah,
from
but
last
their
year.
schedule is way easier than last year though.
Dude, looking at
Like they
this
had
schedule,
Oregon.
I can't believe they're over under 8.5.
I know. Yeah, they must. Yeah, they must
Granted, I only
not.
have them
Like
winning
it's
by
gonna.
a half a game, but
Yeah.
like
Oh, you have
Nebraska's a
winning
game that
by
they could win. I picked them to lose against. Like they could win all these games.
Like I'm looking at some of these offenses that I think could beat Michigan's defense, and it's like there's not.
Oh,
Maybe
this
I'm
one.
like maybe Michigan State might like with their, but it all
It's all
comes
gonna be
down
dependent
to
on that
like
O
if they can
line.
protect Childs
Yeah,
and like how they do with Michigan's pass rush. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
he can scoot it, but it- like Nebraska, like Dylan Raiola, sure. Oklahoma probably could. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. It should be I'm hoping for a more fun season to watch this year than last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we decide on the lines? We want to do that for Friday, or do we want to do that next Monday?
Oh, recapping Detroit.
Yeah.
Let's
I say we wait.
I think we wait till the Monday. We'll give it a breather.
yeah, let's
Wait till
do
the
it on
Monday, and
Monday.
then yeah. That way we have like one every week. We'll do a preview of something. But
Okay.
Yeah. And
anything else
then
before we go? I can barely see Ben. Um,
Yeah,
no,
it's
just a floating head.
officially dark outside. So that
yeah.
was my only light.
Um, but yeah. You guys got any final notes? It's our longest pod to date, almost 2 hours.
Yep.
Oh wow. I'm
Tigers did
hungry.
win. If you didn't know that
Yep,
Yep.
already.
Tigers win.
Finnegan
Yeah.
got the save.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to college football. I'm looking forward to fall. This
I'm
got me going,
yeah. I'm slowly getting there.
a little bit.
Haven't really
Like
seen
we're in
too
August
much.
now.
Yeah.
It's cool
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's football. There's legit football that we will watch for our teams this month,
this month.
and not preseason bullshit.
All right.
Legit football.
meaningful games.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a big one for the Spartans. I absolutely
Western
hate. I
Michigan.
hate playing the Westerns and Centrals
yeah.
because if you lose,
You think you'll ever
it's
play
the
Central
worst
again?
thing. I hope to God not. I fucking hate them. Every long stories, but it's not
Who
just
is your
that.
okay? I have a question. Who do you think? Who is your sleeper skill position player that might have a breakout? Like that you're like might have a breakout this year for the Spartans.
I don't know
Now
if
it can't be Nick Marsh. I guess that's what I should say.
if if I'm
Can't
gonna
be
be
Nick Marsh
honest,
or
I don't
Valney.
know if I know.
So I
I
would
think Valley
say,
could. I think you could count him. He's not even our best tight end.
Yeah.
He's our number
Okay.
two.
He's a
I think
receiving
I
tight end,
think
isn't he?
he has to do well for us to do well. Like if he has a season like last year where it wasn't like we thought we were getting this like gem, he didn't really perform
Like a
that way.
Loveland.
I think if he
yeah,
performs to like what we thought we were gonna get from him, I think this team will do really well. Because then you can run a two tight end set. You can push one of them out, but then you also have Nick Marsh and that Kent State
Mm-hmm.
transfer that's really good. Like you
Sean
have a
McCray.
lot of weapons.
We also have another wide receiver, Omarion Kelly, I think is
Yeah,
his name.
yeah,
I can't remember where he transferred in from.
yeah, he's supposed to be decent.
He's yeah.
Look, I just want our receivers to
So
catch the ball this year. Run
yeah,
around, get
right.
separation, and catch the ball. But I
Yep.
don't know. I don't really know enough. Do you have an answer for yours?
I would say either Kelly. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to
No, you
me.
can
I
go.
was gonna say either Kelly or if we have, someone maybe get hurt as a receiver, Evan Boyd. I feel like transferring from Central.
Yep. Kyle, you got one for Michigan?
Um, Fred Moore.
Who?
Fred Moore,
Fred Moore?
wide receiver. Yep.
Frederick.
Hmm.
I think I'm hoping
What a name.
he's the sneaky wide receiver that comes out on top
If
of
you
a lot of things.
if
So
I was to tell you your best receiver is named Fred Moore, you'd be like, "Damn, we suck." Just the name, just
sounds
the.
white as hell.
I just think the Fred. There's something about the Fred. It's just like,
We had a Cornelius.
yeah,
Now we
yeah.
have a
That's
Fred.
fine. That's like you have like a Cordell Patterson, Cornelia. Like that's fine. It's just like Fred just does not. That seems more of like a line like Fred Warner linebacker, just a
Right.
defensive hard nosed guy, not a speedy receiver. Even if he might not be speedy, but just in general, it's just funny. So
Yeah.
so technically, we should parlay the over wins for Kyle and I should parlay over wins for Michigan and Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Let's see if you can
I
even
would have
do
done that
that.
last year too. Did they hit last year? They're over.
Depends on where
Ours
you
Wasn't it?
hit.
got it. It was 5 or 5.5. I've
Mine hit.
seen.
I know that.
Was
Okay.
it 4.5?
I don't know, but I know it hit. I don't think we can parlay these. Damn it. Oh wait. Sorry, unfortunate. Your picks cannot be parlayed. Can't parlay them
Darn.
on
Not on
DraftKings
FanDuel
Sportsbook.
either.
I don't know. I just got DraftKings up. But all right, that's
Alrighty.
it. Hopefully, you enjoyed this long podcast. I mean, we spent 45 minutes just on a tiger, so I knew it was going to be long. But yeah, looking forward to football season, and we'll get there soon enough. Any last
Yep.
words?
I hope I can put this hat on Idris Alba and say we back by the end of the season for Michigan football. But yeah,
What are we, Texas all of a sudden?
what?
Gotta like say you're back. It was 1 year. It's not like that's a little stretch. You're not. I mean,
Fair.
it was a big thing with Texas because they were bad for so long. Everybody kept saying they were back and they weren't back, but
That's what I'm saying.
it was
What does
1 year
Idris
Like
though.
Elba
people are
have to do with
saying Michigan's
anything?
gonna be back because they got them ranked 14th already, and like, how do you know they're gonna be back yet? You don't know the media, the coaches poll. So like,
You can't
time will tell if they're
if Michigan
actually.
doesn't go to the semifinals, you can't say you're back after 1 year from the national championship. You gotta wait a little bit and be like to have like down, be like, we're back. Like I'd be like Alabama this year making the playoffs, be like, we're back.
Sure.
That's my opinion. You know what? It's your life. It's your fandom. You should live your fandom how you want to, as long as it doesn't harm people and be stupid online. But
What
that's
does
just a
Idris
funny
Elba
thing.
have to do with anything?
That's the
He's the one with
memes
the
from.
meme. I just want to let you guys, the we back up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I shouldn't gatekeep fandom like that. You should be able to cheer how you want. It's just when people say stupid things, which you didn't.
I just feel,
Yeah, I
last
get
after
you. Yeah, I
last
know.
year, it's like
That's
you
what I'm
don't feel
saying.
like you're good,
Yeah,
and now it's like now there's like this iffy, they
but
gotta,
that's more of your fandom talking than the national media.
yeah.
I think that's more used for like I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know. I don't know. We all have opinions. I'm pretty opinionated, but yeah, sorry. But all right, we will talk to you Friday, and we will see you down the line.
peace.